that is also driving people bonkers is not bad enough that we have these huge queues, gridlocking roads where there is a petrol station open, but just to add to all of that, our friends at Insulate Britain have been at it again, haven't they?
Piling on the misery this time, back on the M25. Now, this was a bit of a surprise, I think, for the authorities as well, because you remember last week, Grant Shapps, the Department of Transport and his officials managed to get this injunction banning protesters from blockading either the orbital motorway or those feeder lanes into the motorway, the slip roads and the roundabouts. And of course, if they breached this injunction, they were potentially in contempt of court.
Right, yes.
And that did seem to work, because for a few days there was no more blockades around the M25. And in fact, on Friday, they moved their attention to the ferry port at Dover, as if they haven't suffered enough
It's always,
in recent months.
Dover's always in the news, isn't
Indeed.
it? Never for good things. But.
And of course, in the light of that protest, which snarled things up again for a few hours, the government managed to secure another injunction around the A20 and those roads leading to the port. But today they were back, junction 14 of the M25 around Heathrow, one of the busiest sections of the M25 at any given time. But today, of course, for a good few hours, really just nothing was moving because of the protesters there. The police were on scene pretty quickly and managed to get one of the lanes open. They've arrested 53 people. Now, these people will be charged, obviously, with motoring offences, but much more serious for them, potentially, is this contempt of court. It's down to the judges now. Let's see the judges having granted that injunction, meaning that if you break the injunction, you're in contempt of court. Let's see how seriously the judges treat this blatant contempt of court. And, you know, it could potentially end in a prison term. The maximum penalty is 2 years in prison and an unlimited fine. It won't be that. But let's see if they decide to jail any.